Those engines, in the configuration they're in right now, capable of producing about 2,500 horsepower. They will not be producing that much on this takeoff because they don't need to. They have a nice long runway in front of them. The airplane doesn't have 20,000 pounds of bombs on board. Take good care of these engines. We'll tell you about these are very special engines that are on board this airplane. I'll tell you about that in a minute. Let's listen now. The B-29 takeoff.
That's got to be worked out.
Because it's very hard to find our 3350 engines these days. Several years ago, this airplane known as FIFI needed to replace an engine or two. It's very difficult to find matched engines. And also, as I mentioned, they don't operate these engines at their maximum available temperatures and pressures and RPM. So they began to look around for different aircraft that had R-3350s. The AD fighter has 3350s. Lots of airplanes that use these 3350s under different power settings and different requirements. The ones we used to fly with the C-121 Constellation actually had a mechanical turbo supercharger that was added onto it, a turbocharger that would add about 500 horsepower directly geared back to the crankshaft. But it was very complicated. It caused a lot of engine overheating and failure. We had great maintenance with the guards, so it didn't happen with us. But anyway, they decided not to use the turbo compound on FIFI. By the way, people ask why is the airplane called FIFI? Well, a Dallas businessman named Agatha rescued the B-29 in Mojave Desert in 1974. He christened it FIFI in honor of his wife. So we're happy that he did that. These engines that the museum has put together, are combinations of airplanes or equipment that can be used in various airplanes. Modified engines are all compatible. They operate, if they were put tonight, I don't know, about 2,200 horsepower. But that's the design of the airplane anyway. They don't need that much horsepower. Don't tell me about that. Flying the T-47, Jackie's Revenge from the American Air Power Museum. The same folks that have the T-40, that beautiful shiny T-40 that you saw flying earlier. That was called the Jackie C. Well, this is known as Jackie's Revenge, and you can figure out that whole story. With Jeff Kleiman, who owns and operates the American Air Power Museum in which includes these airplanes. Jim Vosell, retired airline pilot for U.S. Airways. Jimmy's flying today, flying the P-47. He also flies the C-47. I said, isn't it a shame that you're not 47 years old? He said, well, I have been. We'll let it go with that.
No, when they get down around the corner there in Bravo and try to get on Alpha, there's contact. There's some anomalies on the airport that sometimes there's a good thing. There you go.
Take a look to your right, and you will see the B-29 coming in for a photo pass. Beautiful, beautiful picture. The B-29 went on to have the engines increased in size to R-4360, 28-cylinder engine, changed the designation to the B-50, turned it into a tanker, an airborne tanker, became known as the KB-50. And then the jet age took over, Boeing built the B-47, the Stratojet. To this day, one of the best-looking jet bombers that's ever been made. Left wing, 6-engine. I believe the B-29 is going to be coming back for what's probably going to be another photo pass, but maybe down the runway. We'll wait and see. He continues this turn on around to be in a good position to set up for a left to right photo pass. That's why. Coming in for a photo pass. Take a look toward the runway and then look over your left shoulder. Here comes the B-29. When it was operational, the B-29 was armed with 8 50 caliber machine guns in remote controlled turrets. It has 2 50 caliber machine guns in the tail. Originally they also had a 20 millimeter cannon in the tail, but that was removed. It didn't really work out in service. They carry up to 20,000 pounds of bombs. Another pass coming in from the right, the B-29. The B-17, known as the Flying Fortress, this airplane known as the Superfortress. From the right. Panchito starting up in taxi up, takes some more folks for a ride in this airplane, a once in a lifetime opportunity to go for a ride. a B-29. What a beautiful B-29 it is. Well, it's time to load the video. It sounds like a room full of Harley-Davidson.
Probably didn't even flush.
I didn't.
Air B-25 approaching at a little bit higher altitude than you would expect for landing because he's going to do what's called an overhead brake pattern. Instead of that racetrack pattern I told you about before, this is the overhead brake.
There were 3 or 4 of them that were really good.
One reason or other, maybe it's not good. I probably wanted to lead off.
I haven't kept count on how many rides.
I'm trying to do all these magic catches in one year. Lost the whole thing.
I called him once, I asked him how his temps were. He was too busy. Got a fire. The Mustang shut down. Both of them are. Both of them shut down.
Yeah, only the P-47's going.
So Jimmy's going to turn around and blow air toward him.
I think so.
Pull him down a little bit.
Jimmy's flying the P-47?
Yeah. Jimbo so.
Probably nap time.
I can see, knowing Jimmy, calling about the temps, he's like, I can't find a gauge.
Gabio's nap time. I mean, it was just so much.
I was talking to him on the phone, I said, so you're going to be flying the P-47, not the C-47. He said, well, somebody else is bringing that. I said, why don't you guys buy a B-47? That'll have some fun. So I said, it's too bad you're not 47 years old. I said, well, I have been. Been there, done that.
Probably twice.
Jimmy's not as old as I am.
Hey, that's that right.
You're good?
Did you say I gone out?